Hello everyone and welcome to the McGonagall Boxing Podcast. Let's get straight to it. The self-destruction, yes, I don't use that word lightly, the self-destruction of Chris Eubank Jr. What on earth is going on with this man right now? Over a year ago, he had the best career performance of his life, beating admittedly and over the hill James DeGale to set him up in the top 5 of all the super middleweight rankings. You know, he looked much better than he'd done in his other previous big fights, and he finally looked like settled with a well-schooled, skilled Nate Vasquez trainer who, you know, was giving him good advice. He was getting to move his head, his feet more. Gave him a jab. He gave him more punch output, not just kind of running in straight lines and trying to out-hustle, but general boxing skills. And not only did he out-muscle DeGale, he out-boxed him. I was hugely impressed with Eubank. I thought, wow, if he carries on this trajectory with Nate Vasquez, who obviously come out the Mayweather gym, so he knows what he's talking about, he could potentially win a world title. So what happens? He goes, 10 months without fighting anyone, then moves back down to middleweight, so losing all his rankings from the super middleweight division and potentially a world title shot against maybe a Caleb Plant, for instance, to fight an ageing Matt Korobov, who at 37 was no kind of real test for him. And obviously it turned into a bit of a circus show after 2 rounds. Korobov gets pulled out over a shoulder injury. And what's happened since? Nothing. He hasn't earned a shot against any of the middleweight champions, and that was 4 months ago. It's just a big cluster at the moment. I just cannot understand why you get rid of Nate Vasquez. He then moved on to Virgil Hunter. That lasted a few weeks, and now he's with the legendary fighter, but no caliber of trainer, Roy Jones. He hasn't trained anyone. He's got no reputation as a trainer, and you have to wonder the big egos that Roy Jones, Chris Eubank Jr. and Senior have got. How long is that going to last before it self-implodes? Plus Roy Jones' busy schedule as a highly respected pundit, I can't see that lasting. And obviously Jones is based in Florida. I can't see that lasting either. So we're constantly asked, where is Eubank Senior going and Junior going? Where are the Eubanks going? No one knows. There's no direction. They're just kind of almost like a cash grab, aren't they? They're trying to grab money, which can, I think, earn them the biggest money with the lowest risk. I don't think, barring all the talk that Senior has, I think deep down he's a smart man, and I don't think he has the confidence that he lets on he does about Junior. And it's just a big cluster. I mean, Eubank Jr. now is 30, he's pushing 31. And don't forget, in the middleweight division, your prime years are now. You're not going to be 37, 38 winning a super middleweight title. I mean, look at Triple G, one of the most devastating punchers the middleweight's ever seen, and he's holding on for dear life at 37. You know, it's not going to happen. I mean, so he's probably got a 3-year window now before the decline sets in. Especially, you know, these killers coming up in the super middleweight. And as Eubank Jr. gets older, his body weight's not going to get down to a middleweight. He's going to have to start fighting the super middle. And I just wonder what on earth is going on with him. There's no direction. There's no plan. And why would you move down to the middleweight division when all the big money fights now are at the super middle? Danny Jacobs has moved up. Obviously, Callum Smith's been there. Billy Joe's moved up. All these fighters in that division, you know, are the big money fights. And they're the ones that he should be targeting, the super middles, not the middles. I know he's probably thinking, it's an easier touch at middle now that the big boys have gone up and Canelo's obviously gone up. But, you know, it's just ridiculous. I mean, Triple G's still there, you know, and Eubank Jr. had a chance to fight him. He didn't want any part of him. And I don't think he's going to have any part of him now. I don't think Triple G is going to be willing to negotiate with Eubank Jr. any time. Eubank Jr. doesn't have anything that he wants. And, you know, unfortunately, he keeps putting himself out of the mandatory positions. He fights, gets himself in a top 5 position, and then messes it up by going 6 months without inactivity, or moves down a division and goes up a division. There's no consistency. And look at the constant trainers he's had. excuse me. Adam Booth lasted like a month with him. Ronnie Davis doesn't listen to him, almost discarded. Eubank Sr, there's a constant conflict there. You know, he's tried numerous fights. Nat Vasquez, Virgil Hunter, now Roy Jones. It's just a big cluster. And until he grows up, gets some consistency, checks his ego, realises that his development, it needs to be ongoing. He's not the finished article just because he beat an aging DeGale. That should have been the first step of it. He needs at least 4 or 5 more steps to get that world championship. He needs consistency. He needs to fight more. He needs to stop being such an Instagram fighter, you know, posing on for this party and this party. You do that when your career's finished, not now. He's wasting his best years. A lot of people have warned him about this, Frank Warren, Eddie Hearn, and it's so true. Because of his father's guidance, I think, he's ill-advised, but also when you get to 30, 31, you have to take responsibility for yourself. He's a grown man now, and if he wanted to, like Floyd Mayweather Jr. did, he could now, with the money he's got, the resources and the reputation, take destiny into his own hands. He's too busy, like I said, trying to play the Instagram box, opposing on Instagram at this event, that event, and obviously trying to show the world that he's his high balling roller, and it's complete nonsense. He should be focused on a world title that he still never won. And the last time he fought for a world title, he obviously got badly scored by George Groves. He needs to stay in the division. It's not good for his body, especially as he's getting older, going up and down divisions. Not healthy at all. He needs to get a regular trainer, stick in a regular weight division, and have a design, constructive plan to get him to where he wants to get to, the big fights and a world title. And if he doesn't do that within the next year, I'm sorry to say, you can write Eubank Jr. off, because at the moment it's a big cluster. He needs to grow up, take responsibility, get some consistency and get some focus. Otherwise, he will self-destruct, and that will be no coming back from. He's 31 nearly. He needs to sort it out. Let me know what you guys think. I'll give him another year before I wash my hands with him. It's that serious now. He's not a kid anymore. He's not 25, not 26. This isn't joke around time. This is grow up, man up, and get a plan. Like Tony Bellew did. Blueprint there. He got serious about things, and look how his career elevated. That's what Eubank Jr. needs to do now before it's too late. Let me know what you guys think. Drop me a line on my Instagram, the McGonagall Boxing Podcast, YouTube, the McGonagall Boxing Podcast, my 2 Facebook pages I'm involved with, Touch Gloves Boxing, Inside Fighter, and I will see you very soon, guys. All right, I'm out. Bye.